My name is Leah Hunt, and I am a Jarawa Jali, Gunditjmara, Wamba Wamba, Warragai, Nyalkat, Binjali woman. I grew up on Binjali country, my grandmother's country, in Bordertown. And I am employed at GML as a consultant, and I work specifically in traditional and liaison, as well as dabbling in archaeology and history. I love working in heritage because it gives me the opportunity to work on country, on my own country, but also on other people's country as well. And that allows me to build relationships that we would have had traditional ways, but may have been damaged by colonization. It also allows me a way to connect with my ancestors that I'm really grateful for, because there's nothing better than excavating like a stone tool or something and realizing that the last person who held that, who even touched that, could have been related to you in some way, shape or form. It's one of the best spaces to work in as an Aboriginal person, and it really allows you to protect your country in a way that you otherwise would not be able to do. The legislation needs to change. So I work in Victoria, which means that I work under the Victorian Aboriginal Heritage Act. And it is possibly the best heritage act for Aboriginal people and Aboriginal heritage in Australia, and possibly the best heritage act for, First Nations heritage in the world. At the end of the day, the only power that we really get under the act is the power to say yes to the destruction of our own country. So why are they touting that, this is a really great act for Aboriginal people when it takes away our ability to say no? At the end of the day, there's no tangible, meaningful way for Aboriginal people to say no in Australia without being criminalised for it, and without, having broader Australia kind of turn towards us and go, oh, why are they being troublemakers? Because there's a lack of understanding and education about what it is we are saying no to. We're not trying to be difficult, but we have cultural obligations, that have been handed down to us for generations. It's really important for us to be in a space where we have people in charge and governments truly who are willing to listen to us and to listen to, our reasonings for things, and actually give us a safe, culturally safe space where we can, have these discussions without it just being pushed aside as, those blacks over there are making trouble, because at the end of the day, that's really what it comes down to. I also see issues when, I used to work in the Ancestral Remains Unit, and Victoria was the only state that had an all Aboriginal team working in repatriations. And that really, truly should be a solely Aboriginal run space. Because at the end of the day, there's been enough interference in that area by people who aren't Aboriginal. At the end of the day, we need truly Aboriginal run heritage programs. Aboriginal people need to be given, adequate spaces to take control of our own heritage and manage it as we see fit without interference from a government or, legislative body. For me, Aboriginal people, we've been brave for 250 years. We've been brave. We've been pushing to make changes for 250 years, and we've faced having our children taken. We've faced our ancestors being stolen. We've lost our languages. We've lost our culture. We've had all of that taken from us. We haven't stopped being brave in trying to push that change. And I think people, by saying that Reconciliation Week is solely an Aboriginal thing, and it's not true. At the end of the day, reconciliation involves broader Australia, and broader Australia needs to be brave and make that change within themselves to come and meet us at the table, because we've been sitting at this table for 250 years. We've wanted to have this conversation for 250 years. Can you please meet us?